Any questions?
There is one correction on the meeting minutes on page 3, and that motion pass should be 501 instead of 601.
Anything else? Okay, motion to approve? A motion to approve.
I'll second. Walsh. Abstain. Childers.
Yes.
Wolversberg. Yes. Cummings.
Yes.
Brad.
Yes.
Motion passed. 5-0.
Okay, new business. You're gonna talk about the appropriations or?
Yes, so this is also a public hearing, so an opportunity for anybody that wants to comment on the budget that's been proposed, but I've attached a budget narrative, which is hopefully will be good to refer back to as we progress through the fiscal year, and maybe can fill in gaps as we go through the year. But if you have any questions, happy to answer those. We have made some slight adjustments in the appropriations ordinance, which is the tool you use to set your spend authority. One of those impacts the next item, which is the awarding of concrete patching, curb and gutter, and sidewalk bids. I've tentatively went ahead and adjusted the appropriations ordinance to be $8,000 higher in combination between the sidewalks and street repair line item in the general fund. So that's your first page of the appropriations ordinance, and that is only if you all agree with the staff recommendation in the next item. If you want to go ahead and do that work, because we got pretty good unit prices this year. We did adjust a few other items as well that I've mentioned since we passed the tentative budget back at the end of April. It includes increasing some tree removal in that budget line item, because we have just some work to do in that area. But other than that, it's pretty well what you saw previously.
Good. I got a question. One thing I didn't notice there, the township. I didn't see any kind of contribution to townships or anything this year. They were talking about putting 10,000 or more in.
The contribution for the cleanup is in there for the community-wide cleanup, and they capped that at 4,000 themselves. And then the Parks and Recreation, at one point there was talk about getting annual contribution membership. And we got one in 2025, but we didn't get one last year, so I didn't put that in as a revenue source.
So we've never got one except that one.
In 2025, yeah.
And
So I didn't put it in as a revenue source, I guess, for the budget conversation, because it's not something we should. The parks budget is going to be more until we get a couple years under our belt. It's going to be one that we probably watch closely. And so I didn't put anything. I didn't want to put that revenue source in their account on it and then not come in.
I understand. I just remember the township posturing how much they were going to donate to the parks and recreation, and I just wanted to verify that they haven't contributed anything.
Not since 2025. Yeah, last year we didn't do anything.
And then I like the emphasis you said, we're gonna have to watch the parks and recreation, because that's one reason. I'll tell you, I'm gonna vote against the budget just for one reason, and that's the part-time help, the $65,000 there. Having been on the board for so long that I watched us work in a deficit, that I would like to see that removed, for the reason that just see if we are going to have money. Because if you go back to general fund all the time to bail it out, that's what we had before. And that's my concern even with the community building, that if we do something like that, we didn't have anything like that. You know, the dog and pony show, we had the presentation, they didn't have money. 150 grand. Now they got 400 or 500,000 because we gave them 400 some. But I'm just concerned of getting the village in a financial quagmire. And, you know, when you see verbiage that expected, you know, revenues, and I think you just said a couple of years, I'd like to see us wait a couple of years on that. But if it's in there, I'll be voting against it just for that one reason, out of my concern, the financial liability of the village, so.
Anybody else have any questions? I just want to say the narrative was really helpful in kind of reviewing things, and I think that will be a great tool to keep and kind of review and have in front of us. So I appreciate the work that you put in with that. Thank you.
There is one more comment. I thought the street presentation for the pack, well, that's a different one.
Mhm.
Yep, never mind, never mind.
So do we have a motion for appropriations ordinance
This,
or we just
it
gonna-
is also, I guess, just,
for our information?
there's no public comment on this at all, I guess, Nora, or,
Looks great.
okay, so that's
Okay, perfect.
good to go.
Okay, so we can move into number 2.
Do you gotta, we gotta have a motion to approve the appropriations ordinance.
I'll make the motion to approve the appropriations ordinance.
I'll second. Childers.
Yes.
Wolfensberger.
Yes.
Cummings.
Yes.
Brad.
No,
Walsh. Yes. Motion passed. 4-1.
Okay, possible approval, to recommend and award concrete patching, curb and gutter and sidewalk bids.
So the memo outlines, and forgive me, I gotta get that pulled up here. Sort of what we have and who the low bidders are. We have a bid tab showing everything. We have the locations that were bid out. If you're curious to, rather than me trying to recite it off of memory, because I will say it wrong, we have the specs that were put out for bidding sitting up here in a pile. If you all are curious and want to see the exact specs that were put out, but the locations generally were in there. And so based on the results of the bid and in comparison to the actuals that we got the 2 previous fiscal years, these this came in really good, it appears. And so what we're recommending is to award concrete patching to A&A Concrete, sidewalk bids to SNC Construction, and the curb and gutter to SNC Construction. And like I mentioned in the previous item, that would involve adjusting our appropriations ordinance, that extra amount to cover what was not already in there whenever we put the tentative budget in place in May. And since the unit price is good, talking with Clark Dietz and with Julius, feel like it's a good opportunity to get some extra work done this year because the quantities, the prices are really good. If you have any questions, I'm happy to try to answer those, but otherwise the recommendation is to award patching to A&A, sidewalk to SNC, and curb and gutter to SNC.
Any questions?
no, I liked the way that was the presentation where it showed the location, the public can look at that.
Yeah, it was nice to look at that.
Yeah, I thought it was very helpful.
Probably made quite a few people happy.
Well, yeah, I mean, they can look at it and see where it is and instead of trying to guess, or like, even when I've gone to look, it's hard to really ascertain where the patches are. I thought it was very helpful.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Thank you.
I'll second.
Childers.
Yes.
Wolfensberger.
Yes.
Cummings.
Yes.
Brad.
Yes,
And Walsh. Yes. Motion passed. 5-0.
Yeah, it looks like we have some cleanup things to do.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this, you want me to go ahead and jump into it?
Sure,
So the
please
next
start.
one is, okay, so the next one is an ordinance correcting the Scrivener's error on the First Amendment to the TIF district, and this is basically just an error with the legal description. And if you're curious, it's in the ordinance, of course, but here's kind of a behind the scenes look as when the county found it, and when they questioned the village, and then working with Gwen at Tip Illinois, and also with Clark Dietz, who helped us with the legal description. It's just a very small technical thing we're cleaning up, basically. It's clerical. If you have any questions, I'm happy to try to elaborate more on it, but basically it's just this. I'll pass it around if you want to see it, but there was another parcel that should have been treated as an exception on the map, but didn't.
I'll make a motion, we approve it as presented.
I'll second it.
Wolfensberger.
Yes.
Brett,
Yes.
Cummings.
Yes.
Walsh. Yes. And Childers.
Yes.
Motion passed.
Okay, number 4, approval, we're looking for approval for ordinance rescinding the ordinance. Is that the,
Yep, so back a couple months ago, you approved a redevelopment agreement with Joel Wallace. Joel Wallace has since decided not to proceed with the project. And best practices, rather than leaving the agreement sitting there open-ended, this is closing it and rescinding the agreement, so it's no longer valid. So recommend approval.
I'll make a motion to rescind the agreement.
Second. Cummings.
yes,
Brett,
Yes.
Walsh. Yes. Childers.
yes,
And Wolfensberger.
Yes.
Motion passed.
okay. So we're gonna talk about the property maintenance projects that we have. So he gave us a new handout with the pictures kind of next to a description, and we're going to refer them, please, to the alphabet that they've been given, so that we can just be respectful and not name out the specifics. So if you have questions, please refer it that way. Did you
Now,
want to
what
add?
alphabet in your front, see a number beside, is that what you're talking?
It's that
Uh,
next one.
No, the
and-
one that you're not.
Oh,
It's, yeah, and so you all, that's just me, you don't have to do, you can do whatever you want, that was just as a way to not,
okay.
but, I think really. What we're looking for is just direction on the top 2, if you will. And then the plan would be, once you give direction on that, on the staff level, I'll send one more. Letter to the property owners summarizing the violations that are there. And then outline to them that if it's not corrected within 30, say 30 calendar or 30 days, period. That will be giving it to an attorney that's represented us in the past with these code violations to follow up and address it further. So that'd be kind of the plan of action.
Will we be notifying H as well with that? H, will we be?
No, my
No.
plan is only to really send a letter to the 2 that you all
Oh,
want to really focus on. And and there's some efficiency that's gained with that, because there'll be meetings with whoever we use as an attorney if they don't come into compliance after my next letter. So if we can have 2 that we're working on at the same time, hopefully we can kind of streamline some stuff. And then if we do 2 at a time, ideally, when the folks get to a certain stage, they kind of come to the realization they need to correct the issues, and so they fall off, but that way we don't have to, we've already got another one in the works, and so we're not just doing.
and then when we finish those 2, do we go on to the next 2?
Then we'll probably, yeah, as funds allow, we'll continue to chip through those.
You want recommendation of each one of you, or just throw it out there?
Yeah, I mean, if you guys just, I was looking for consensus on it, like what you all are.
So my
That's
1 and
interesting.
2 are the same as 1 and 2 on here.
I can go,
Annie.
I can go E and A or C.
I got C, F, and H.
I got C and H. Those are my highest priorities. C, just because of the locality of it.
Mhm.
H, but with just with the area that it's located in. I'm sure it's an eyesore and a nuisance for the neighbors.
That's C and F, that's the reason I prioritized them, I thought they would have the most visibility.
F,
C, F, and H.
Well, E also has that visibility. It's on the same road.
Yeah.
So
He is,
E is, can you see E on your paper?
are you getting E from?
E and F are next door neighbors.
yeah,
C and F,
and E and F,
E and
Yeah.
F.
Edward and Franklin.
E and F,
yeah.
We did, just to point out, we did have a complaint come in about property E today or yesterday, I'm sorry. About mice and other nuisances coming out of the property. And it is bad. So I would say that one's got a lot of,
well, I can see.
health issues, you know what I mean? Now, here's the thing. Luckily, there's communities that have it far worse than St. Joseph does, so I want to put that out there. That the fact that you're talking about very few properties that are really on this list, that's actually a blessing, it's a really good thing. So, but each one of these definitely has their own case to be made, so I guess, I'm trying to think of an efficient way to get a consensus out of this, out of everybody.
So C, E, and F, I mean, I can see the merit of that.
So he's with us.
I agree with Art, C, E, and F.
Hmm.
I do know for a fact that C has raccoons, possums,
Oh, I'm sure.
and groundhogs
That front door is open all the time.
in and
Oh.
outside of the house. The neighbors are not happy. I've gotten a few phone calls
Yeah,
about
I've
that.
had citizens talk to me about this, C, so.
F doesn't compare to E
No.
at all. When you go by them,
Correct.
I mean. C and E, different. I think we need to talk to H.
Yes. I think that would be a just reaching out and having a conversation would fix a lot of things.
Because I don't think there's been a conversation yet.
Okay,
There is not.
is there a consensus on that approach with H? Just
I'd be
read,
fine starting with that.
Yeah.
Maybe that will take care of it.
I can do that. All right, so,
See.
C and E.
so everybody see any,
I'm okay with that.
is that?
Mhm.
All right, I feel like we have a consensus then, C and E. Okay,
Like, just got lucky.
Uh,
Okay, just got lucky.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
did.
for sure. Well, there's always next time.
A is tucked out of the way.
It is a little
I
bit,
agree.
but it's been that way for a long time.
Yeah, and it'd be nice if somebody could just swoop in and buy the property and build a home. Like demolish the property and because that's not a salvageable property.
it's not, I've asked that question, but so these, and I have the folders, of course, that if you're ever interested, we can go over what's happened in the past on them. But that property owner hasn't been interested at this point in selling or moving off of it or anything. But I understand, I said that my exact same thought too, is that, but,
Just see.
I'm not sure.
I would not imagine it does. It's been an abandoned home for how many years?
Well, I don't know.
Eight
Yeah.
or 9 years?
Which one you talk,
C.
C.
C? Oh. It's been empty, I mean, neighbors complain about it, yeah, everybody. And it's something very visible.
Okay, so we'll address this and I'll, And I'll be sure to update everybody as it goes forward. Thank you.
Yep, thank you.
Perfect.
Looks like there's no old business. Updates for you, Joe?
No, this staff report will be sent out electronically by the end of the week, so you'll be getting that by the end of the week. But other than that, I don't have anything to add. With the auditor will be here next week, so that's usually, that's a busy week next week and. So just, and for holiday, yeah, but other than that, things are going well.
Mark,
No reports.
great. Mike? The mayor is not gonna comment tonight. Anybody, trustees?
Well, my concern, I reiterated about the budget, and that's a long-term financial concern. And my reasoning behind it. I think this was a pretty well-prepared agenda. I like the verbiage in it. I like that. But I'm not gonna back away with that. There's too much stuff that we put on the shelf because we made expenditures. Parks and Recreation, treat it just like. And I gotta admit, I'm just guilty. I voted for stuff like that because I didn't realize you really should have a dedicated funding source, and that was my motivation to move the different funding sources into the Parks and Recreation. Those are nothing, but I'll tell you what, I would have never voted for a 0.5 cent sales tax if I thought we were gonna add another job. You know, it might be necessary down the road, and I'm adamant about that. I'll be voting against the budget for that one reason. I mean, I hate to just extrapolate one thing out of it, but that's what it is.
Anybody else, comments? Motion?
Motion to adjourn?
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thanks.